Jim Causley is an English folk singer, songwriter, and musician. Biography. Jim Causley is a folk singer and musician from Devon who specialises in the traditional songs and music of the West Country. Hailing from the village of Wimple in East Devon, Causley was born in Exeter and is a relative of the Cornish poet Charles Causley. Causley grew up surrounded by traditional music from his family, his village in the heart of cider country with its thriving wassailing tradition, its close proximity to Sidmouth and Dartmoor folk festivals, and being a long-standing member of the Pennymoor Sing-Around. After studying performing arts and jazz and popular music at Exeter College, Causley went on to study folk and traditional music at the University of Newcastle upon Tyne. It was during this time that he began gaining a reputation as talented singer on the wider UK folk scene. Causley released his debut album, Fruits of the Earth, on Wild Goose Records in 2005. Noted for his rich, fruity bass voice and cheeky stage presence, Causley guested with Martin Wyndham-Reed on his Song Links 2 album, which linked English traditional songs with their American variants. In 2006, Causley was nominated for a BBC Radio 2 Folk Award under the Horizon Award category, and in 2007 his vocal trio, The Devil's Interval, were nominated for the same award again. With The Devil's Interval, Causley has toured with Waterson Carthy as part of their annual Frost and Fire tour for 6 consecutive years, and in 2006 collaborated with them on their album Holy Heathens and The Old Green Man. The Devil's Interval also released the debut album in that year, Blood and Honey, to good reviews and a cover article in Fruits magazine. After graduating from university, Causley returned home to Devon, where alongside performing across the UK he worked with the Wren Music, a community music organisation which was set up to encourage traditional arts and music in Devon and to reconnect people with the local heritage. Causley is the official leader of the singing and musicians in the annual Wimple Wassail ceremony. Recent projects include working with Scottish fiddle player John McCusker in his Under One Sky project uniting the English and Scottish traditions, and also touring with Essex instrumental quartet, Morecambe as Morecambe. Causley. His 2013 album Cypress Well is based upon poetry by his distant relative Charles Causley, who died in 2003. Discography. Jim Causley, Fruits of the Earth, The Devil's Interval, Blood and Honey. Jim Causley, Lost Love Found. Morecambe, Causley, Cold Ruin. Morecambe, Causley, The Awkward Recruit. Jim Causley, Dumnonia. Jim Causley, Cypress Well. Jim Causley, Forgotten Kingdom. Jim Causley and Luke Thompson, The Clay Hymnal. Poems of Jack Clemo. Guest appearances: Paul Cornwall, A Fortune's Wheel. Various Song Links 2. Waterson Carthy, Holy Heathens and The Old Green Man. Various artists: The Mother of All Morris, Jackie Oates, The Violet Hour, Jim Moray, Low Culture, Bill Murray and Friends, Dow Pon Ole Darty Moore, Mick Groves, Still Spinning, John McCusker, Under One Sky, Ella Edmondson, Hold Your Horses, Show of Hands, Arrogance, Ignorance and Greed, David Rothery, The Life of Birds, Phil Beer, Box Set 1, Michael Moore Pourgard, In Tune with the World, The Poetry of Sean Rafferty, The Woodbine and Ivy Band, Morecambe Crow, The Imagined Village, Bending the Dark, Kate Rusby 20, Richard Trethewey, Dig Where You Stand, Gavin Davenport, The Bone Orchard, Show of Hands, Centenary, Maggie Duffy, Closer to Home, Compilations. Various 2006 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards. Various 2007 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards. Various Folk Rising, various 2009 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, various Folk Rising 2, various Beginner's Guide to English Folk, various 2010 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, awards and nominations. 2006 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, Horizon Award. 2007 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, Horizon Award. The Devil's Interval. 2009 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, Best Group Morecambe, Causley. 2010 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, Best Group Morecambe, Causley. 2010 BBC Radio 2 Folk Awards, Best Traditional Song, Morecambe, Causley. 2013 The Telegraph Top 10 Folk Albums of the Year. 2014 Spiral Earth Awards, Male Singer of the Year winner.